What's up, everyone? I know I haven't made a video in a little while. I've been busy with life and stuff. Got a dog recently, so been pretty busy with getting her potty trained and all the other stuff that comes with getting a dog, which is cool. Uh, anyway, cut right to the chase here. A lot of people are talking about this new CBS TV show trailer called, the show is called The Good Fight. I've never heard of it. You've probably never heard of it. I don't watch it. You don't watch it. Who gives a fuck? It's just another one of these piece of shit shows like um, Empire or whatever that no one really watches. So I'm gonna go ahead and start playing this clip. This whole thing is absolutely absurd.
It's using violence to silence political opinions.
Okay, so this scene is all it is depicting white people rioting, beating a cop car with a baseball bat, and then someone who plays Richard Spencer orchestrating, like literally orchestrating, as if he's like summoning an orchestra, the whole riot. What a fucking joke. Are you kidding me? Like white people don't riot like this because we're not retarded. Okay? We don't burn cop cars. We don't swing a baseball bat onto a cop car windshield, and we certainly um, uh, don't act like that. Um, it, this this show trailer or this show's episode was made by radical lefties who are trying to portray the right as terrorists and looters or whatever the fuck. And yeah, this is a complete joke. In almost every video, it is the Antifa people wearing masks and concealing their identities who are starting the violence and destroying police cars or whatever it is. It's a complete joke. So the clip goes on and it shows more white people rioting.
Is it all right to hit
And then it shows this guy being attacked or some shit, and then he says this.
a Nazi unprovoked?
Is it okay to punch a Nazi unprovoked? Okay, so let's think about this. Okay, so what's a Nazi? So all of the NPCs who actually watch this crap, who actually watch this TV show on the communist broadcasting system. Oh no, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. That's not what it's called. CBS. I'm sorry. It's corporate broadcasting system. How could I possibly think that it's called communist broadcasting system? Anywho, the NPCs that watch this fucking garbage hear this guy say, "Is it okay to punch a Nazi unprovoked?" Okay, so what's a Nazi in this show's view? What is a Nazi? Well, the show really doesn't go into what a Nazi is, and most of these NPCs, these people that consume mainstream media, which I can't believe people still do, when we have Netflix and Hulu and all these alternatives. But it seems like Nazi, to them, all Nazi means is someone who disagrees with you. Someone who disagrees with you is a Nazi, and it's okay to punch him in the face. All right. Yeah, that it's so ridiculous. All right, this next clip here shows Richard Spencer, who is a extreme alt-right speaker, basically, who I don't admire and I don't agree with.
But then I saw a video of the white nationalist Richard Spencer being punched in the face during an interview, and I realized Spencer was in a pressed suit, wearing a tie, being interviewed like his opinion mattered, like he should be considered part of the conversation, like neo-Nazism was just one political point of view. And then I realized there's no better way to show some speech is not equal. Some speech requires a more visceral response.
Oh, okay, so it's okay to go up and sucker punch people who don't agree with you. You know what? I don't like Richard Spencer. I don't know if he's a Nazi. I don't think he actually identifies as a neo-Nazi. I think he's just a white nationalist. Whatever. It is what it is. He can do what he can say what he wants. He can do what he wants. But this motherfucker right here, and the producers of this show want people to know that violence is justified if someone disagrees with you. Violence is justified if the person disagrees with you because they're a Nazi. Yeah, so anyone that's not a communist, socialist, redistribute wealth, collectivist, communist, anyone who's not that is a Nazi. And it's okay to punch people. And then he just comes out and says it.
It's time to punch a few Nazis.
It's time to punch a few Nazis. Wow. Well, for one, I really hope Richard Spencer sues CBS for this. I really hope I mean, they call him a Nazi. He's not a Nazi. I don't think he's a Nazi. He doesn't identify as a Nazi. So I hope he sues. He'll probably win, for one. And yeah, this is openly calling for a race war. And okay, I'm gonna go ahead and go to the next clip. All right, so I'm gonna transition over to Ilhan Omar. Wow. You know, we literally now have a radical Muslim in the Congress who she sounds like she's sympathetic to the people who committed 9/11. Okay, so we got CBS calling for attacks on white people, and we have a radical Muslim in Congress who agrees with 9/11, and she hates Jews.
CARE was founded after 9/11 because they recognized that some people did something and that all of us were.
Some people did something? You mean some people murdered 3,000 Americans in New York by slamming planes into a fucking building? Motherfucker. How is this person in our government? How is this person, does this person represent the people of Minnesota? Really? Really? Wow. Wow.
Starting to lose access to our civil liberties.
Well, President Trump tweeted out a video slamming over.
All right, yeah, and then Pelosi goes into it and all this other. Nancy Pelosi's an insane cunt. That's what she is. She's a fucking cunt. Yeah, this is unbelievable. It is time now, ladies and gentlemen, to get armed. There is going to be a race war and or civil war. I believe that there will be a civil war. I'm going to go ahead and go over to another video. So how do I know we're going to be going into a civil war or a race war? Tim Pool, who is a YouTuber I very much respect, has a ton of subscribers, has a ton of followers, and he's not even a lefty. Well, he identifies with the left, but he does not identify with today's left. He's kind of in the middle somewhere. But I mean, most of his videos are slamming the left. So anyway, how do I know we're going into a civil war? Well, we're going into a civil war because of this right here. So this is a political polarization graph. This is back in 1994. So basically, this blue curve right here represents the viewpoints of Democrats, and then this viewpoint represents the viewpoints of Republicans. As you can see here, there's a lot of overlap, right? So basically, this area here, it's basically a Venn diagram. So this basically means this is how much of the two parties agree with each other. You know, and in the 90s, you know, we had welfare reform under Newt Gingrich and Clinton. The two parties came together and did that. And then let's see, let's fast forward here to 2014, and look how much different this graph looks. We got a way bigger chunk outside of the middle chunk where we actually agree. That's 2014, and now let's take a look at 2017. So now these peaks have even gotten taller, and this area is just shrinking down to nothing. And I don't even think he has data for 2018 or 2019, but I would assume that this trend continues. And this, basically what this means is the country is split right down the fucking middle. And now that we have the mainstream media coming out and endorsing violence against people who disagree with the leftists, it is time to get armed. It is time to arm yourselves. If you do not own an assault rifle or an M4 or an AK, it is time to go out and get one. You can get one for $500. You should also have a pistol and a concealed carry permit. All right, so it is time to be armed. There are going to be we're going to go into a race war, and you know what? I really, if someone comes up to me and tries to pull some shit on me because I'm white and I'm driving down the road like this poor motherfucker in Portland. All right, so I'm going to go and back up my claim with this video here. So this is Antifa in Portland. They've successfully taken over an entire city block. No police are present. The Antifa people are directing traffic, and this poor son of a bitch looks like he's just trying to go through the goddamn intersection. And this disgusting land whale piece of shit communist liberal cunt right here is trying to get him to go right, but he wants to go straight. So watch this.
Yeah, brother. Yeah, you little white little fucker.
He says, yeah, you little white little fucker. You white little fucker. Okay, I'm looking at this guy's hand, and this guy's white. So, not only has the media created a race war, but they've successfully divided white people into two factions now. I mean, this white guy is calling this guy a little white motherfucker.
Yeah, you're a fucking little whitey, aren't you?
You're a little, yeah, so are you, dude. What?
First Amendment, get the fuck down the road.
First Amendment, yeah, like the First Amendment gives you the right to direct traffic. Yeah, you're eating your little 8-ounce heart attack right here, motherfucker.
Just keep going the direction.
Just please turn right,
Please
for
go
Christ's
the
sake.
direction I asked
For
you to
Jesus
go.
Christ's sake, just turn right.
Please, you're
Will ya?
blocking traffic and they're getting pissed at you. You can turn. You can just turn. Just go. Just go. Just turn, please. Please just
Now
keep
you're gonna have to
going.
wait 'cause you got cars coming.
Oh.
Bro, what do we do here?
Oh, you're from South Carolina. You are a little whitey supremacist.
Oh, okay, so he's got a South Carolina license plate in Portland, and apparently he's a KKK. So, yep. Carolina license plate equals KKK. If you live in South Carolina, you're a member of the KKK.
North Carolina, huh?
Right.
I'm a white supremacist because I'm white. Are you kidding me?
Go back to North Carolina where you came from. We don't need your KKK in Portland, Oregon. Your KKK from North Carolina.
You know what? I would love to shoot. I would love to put a bullet right through this motherfucker's skull. This guy. He's begging for it. He's just fucking begging for it.
Someone shut the fuck up so I can speak.
I got traffic. I got traffic.
So he tries to call the police, and then the police are no more than 300 feet away, and they just fucking sit there. For all they know, these guys were on the verge of attacking this guy in the car. This elderly, he looks like he's at least 55, 60. But they don't give a shit. They don't give a shit. That's why it's time to arm. It is time to arm ourselves and protect ourselves, because the police aren't going to do it. Because the police and the mayor of major cities in this country are in on it. They're in on it. And they're going to endorse violence against white people. I just showed you a video of this guy being threatened. So that's all I have to say about this. If you don't have a gun, you need to get a gun. I would recommend an AR-15 or AK assault rifle and a 9mm sidearm or a revolver. Revolvers never jam. Revolvers are great. So anyway, all right.